What up, friends? We are back here talking more PGA Tour golf for oddschecker.com/US. I am Geoff Fienberg. It is Sanderson Farms Week. We're at the Country Club of Jackson, Mississippi. A nice open course. We're going to expect a birdie fest. I got 6 picks for you. Probably more than I thought I'd be bringing to the table, but hey, when your favorite football team breaks your heart, crushes your soul, everybody's injured. Didn't spend the start of the week looking at NFL stuff. Dove right into the golf. Could be costly. But hey, we can afford it. If you tailed us last week, Jordan Spieth, top point scorer in the President's Cup. We got a 16-1 on that. Riding Justin Thomas's coattails. We get the first ever singles win from Jordan in the international contest. So, hey, there it is, Jordan Spieth. And you know what? Because it's Sanderson Farms, and I'll give you the picks. I don't really give a what. I'm going to just spend a quick moment discussing the President's Cup. It's great to hit that bet. But what was even better was, in all honesty, what a magical week. So much competitive golf. Even on Friday, when, say, the USA wins a 4-1 session, the golf was fun. It was competitive. It was certainly entertaining. I mean, for all the talk, and I'm guilty of it too. That sort of feeling live truly kills the President's Cup. We lost Neiman. We lost Answer. We lost Cam Smith. We lost Louis. And you can't deny those are big losses. I'm not going to pretend those aren't big losses and it changed the scope of it. But forever, the international team has been an underdog in this. And it was just so endearing. And there's no reason, like, why should we take this great, underdog and let them play a Power 5 every couple years? It was supported in Charlotte. The crowds were outstanding. And I am here to tell you this right now. Again, as someone who's guilty of thinking maybe they got to change it up. It needs a switch. But, it was just such a great event. And I think it's necessary for the internationals. And it's fun to let the underdog play the favorite. And the U.S., the way they celebrate, they care. They certainly care, even though recognizing their place as a favorite. What I wanted to say is the crowds in Charlotte, fantastic. And I'm Canadian, and you know what's going to happen in Royal Montreal in 2024, despite probably being a huge underdog? The crowds are going to be fantastic. They are going to fill that place. Montreal, what a town. I'm going to be there. I'm telling you right now, I will be there for the party. That is Montreal. Love Montreal. Oh, you never been to Montreal with your boys? You missed your chance. Well, I don't know how old you are, but you missed your chance. It's fun, and it's really hard to get in trouble there. I don't want to say any more. I don't want to incriminate myself. I don't want to incriminate Odds Checker. Be responsible in everything you do, including the gambling. Anyhow, I'm super pumped up. Going into the week, we thought it was going to be sort of this, death nail to what could be the President's Cup. And even in a 12.5 victory, it feels like we gained something, and it's got us potentially really excited. And I'm telling you, the people of Canada, the people of Montreal are going to support the hell out of that thing. I mean it. It was a shame Connors and Pendrith did not play their best golf. We cashed that Jordan Spieth 16-1. And if you've been with me with the long haul and you took my advice when we were doing these things all last season in August, I screamed, play the US -300, -350. It went off at -700 last week. So I played that like a stock, and it worked for me. Let's move on. Sanderson Farms. I guess I'll be quick, but I'm happy that I did that. I'm happy I said my piece on the President's Cup, and I'm looking forward to it. Shut up, Fienberg. Give me your Sanderson picks. Jackson, birdie fest. You got to get to 20 under. You need birdie machines. 20 under, probably not going to be good enough. The place is wide open. You could drive the hell out of it. Bermuda grass. I can't resist. Couple popular picks at the top. I'm not resisting Sahith at 20. It's 20-1. Sam Burns in this thing. Wow. Had him last week at the President's Cup. Certainly didn't put up the points we would have expected. Do I fear Sam Burns? Sure I do. But I think the 20-1 on Sahith is fair. Some people will tell you it's too low and you should go farther back the board. Birdie Fest, I'm going to take the guy that made the most birdies on tour last year, that drives it a mile, that just seems so ready to pop for the first win. Maybe at 20-1, I'm getting cocky and trying to call it, but that's what I'm going to do here to start the season. Big Lee Sahith, and what's going to be a birdie explosion. I certainly expect him to be a part of it. Following suit on that, guys, I mean, talk about trying to call something. I'm joining the party. I'm not resisting the party. It was my best bet for the week coming into it, and it seems like it's a lot of other people's. Davis Riley, I was able to catch a 40. Looking at the OC grid right now, I got it pulled up. Sometimes, like your computer, my computer doesn't want to cooperate. There are still 40s out there on the OC grid. Getting it done for Davis Riley. Brilliant season last year without winning, no secret. We did bet on him quite a bit, and I'm willing to go right back to the well. He's a birdie machine, much like Sahith. He finished second in T4 at the Schwab, at the Valspar. Total good all-around game. I really do trust Davis Riley this week to build off some great finishes throughout last season and pop with that first win. Maybe I'm getting cocky and I'm joining parties on both of those. They do seem popular, but I can't resist. Next two picks, didn't really see them anywhere, and that honestly kind of caught me by surprise. I'm going to go with my guy, Thomas Detry, the Belgian, at 45-1. There's actually an enhanced win-only 50 over at Bet365 I'm probably going to get in on. But Detry, he is just crushing it right now, friends. He's as consistent as anybody, it seems, playing this world game. He's finished in the top 15 in 5 of his last 8 starts. This is between PGA Tour, Korn Ferry Tour, European Tour. I've been chasing Detry in the same way I felt like I used to chase Finau. So many close calls, has such a hard time getting over the finish line. He's got his PGA Tour card. I think this course seems perfect for him, and I think there's a great opportunity in this field for my guy, the Belgian, Thomas Detry, to get over that finish line. An enhanced 50 over at Bet365. Speaking of 50-1, I am playing Sepp Straka this week, guys. Another guy who I'm surprised isn't more popular this week. A 50-1 on Sepp. He got real hot down the finish with his FedEx Cup performances. Last 3 outings, finished second at the St. Jude, 28th at the BMW, and 6th in 72 hole scoring at the Tour Championship. He's got 5 straight missed cuts here, as noted by my friend at Bamford Golf, Steve Bamford. But that's got to mean to you that he really does like this place. Who the hell would show up for a 6th time after missing the cut 5 in a row? Unless you feel good about how this course can set up for you potentially. And of course it does, because it's wide fairways and Bermuda greens. We saw him win at PGA National. We saw the 3rd place at Harbor Town. It feels like an ideal course fit for a guy who's absolutely got to be feeling good about his game right now. I'm in on that Straka wagon at 50-1. Acknowledge this could come with a miscut, but when you bet the outright market, you know, you're sort of playing that ceiling. Crazy to note. Also, it kind of caught me by surprise, and I even had to fact check it. Second highest world ranked player in the Sanderson Farms field. No world ranking is this. You could debate it and question it for a lot of reasons, but in the end, it is a metric that takes a lot into account, and it's a weak field, and a guy like Straka at 50-1, I couldn't resist. Feel like I've been long. I'm going to get out. These sorts of events always present a veteran that I believe in. I believe in their ceiling. The field is weak, and I'm betting Gary Woodland 60-1, guys, 60-1 on that odds checker grid right now. I am in on Gary Woodland. The 60 comes from our friends at DraftKings. It is as low as 45-1 on the grid. Again, it's more of like, I believe could be a silly way to put it, but I do believe the Bermuda grass, the ability to just bomb the hell out of it this week, the fact that he has played well at a lot of venues that I do think are crossovers for a place like Jackson. I trust Gary. I think the number's too big in a field, rejuvenated for the season. It's a belief I have in you, Gary. Don't embarrass me. Last, I'm going to Alex Smalley. I was able to pull an 80. It seems like it's 70-1 now over at PointsBet, and as low as 60 when using that odds checker grid. Again, it goes back to the birdie or better rates that I think are very important. Total all-around game. Well, if you got to scramble this week, you're probably screwed to begin with. But Smalley's a guy I expect to invest in quite a lot, especially in these lower rung fields through the fall. So I'm going to invest in him a lot through the fall and maybe even in the next season. It's going to start this week. Another guy with my eye, and I'm just going to even point it out for the fact that the odds checker grid starting the season, I use this thing to look at majors all year long, but here's just an example. Andrew Putnam, 45-1 at DraftKings. I just gave you props, DraftKings, for giving me the best Woodland number in town. But you got Andrew Putnam at 45-1. There's 60s. There's an 80 over at Bet365. So it's why we use the grid. You're going to bet on Andrew Putnam. Go find your way over to Bet365. Take that 80-1. What an incredible discrepancy in a player who I'm actually pretty high on this week, Putnam. He usually handles himself quite well in Birdie Fest. I'll probably, since the outright card is full, be investing in him in some other markets. I feel like I want to thank you for spending this time here with me. If you made it this long, do me that favor. Smash the like. Got excited talking about the President's Cup and how it just, I think for a lot of us, and how it just felt like it could be this fart in the wind coming into the week. It was just great golf. And it's always fun to see that non-Power 5 conference team go into the SEC and, you know, even a little sweat, even the smallest little sweat, and you get to see some fun things. So there it is, my Sanderson Farms pick, a President's Cup rant. I'm Geoff Fienberg. We'll do it all season long over at oddschecker.com/US. We out.